Yes, press the button. You ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. Everyone in the audience ready? We're okay to start 5 minutes early? Alrighty.
That one.
Oh, that one's wrong? It is noon?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong time. Good afternoon. This is September 18th, 2025, regular meeting of the Convention and Tourism here at Guyman City Hall. Item number 1, call the meeting to order. Item number 2, attendance and roll call and determination of a quorum. Miss Ursula?
Wilson?
Here.
Redcorn?
Here.
Gutierrez?
Here.
Carrasco?
Here.
And Stover.
Here.
Okay, we have quorum.
Excellent. Thank you, Ursula. Item number 3, public comments. Hello, public. You guys are probably all here for an agenda item, but if you're not, this is your time to speak up or forever hold your peace the rest of the meeting.
I didn't have any.
No public comments submitted? Okay. All right, item number 4, discussion and possible action to approve the minutes from the regular meeting on June 19th, 2025. Wow, we haven't met since June. That's a long time ago.
I was thinking it was a couple of months.
Have anybody that's checked out the minutes? This is a big packet to read, so I definitely read through it before our meeting today.
Packet.
I motion to approve the minutes
All right.
from June 19th, 2025.
Stover makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Gutierrez, seconds. All in favor? Oh, sorry. Sorry, Ursula. Sorry, girl. My bad.
Wilson?
Aye.
Redcorn?
Aye.
Gutierrez?
Aye.
Carrasco?
Aye.
And Stover.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed.
All right. Item number 5, discussion and possible recommendation to approve the final report for 7 Days of Broadway. Come on up here, Mrs. Boyd. Thank you for being a school teacher and taking time out of your day to be here.
Yes, I'm glad I could be here.
Would you like to begin or have any comments for us for your guys' event that you guys did?
Oh, it went great this summer. We had more kids than we've ever had before.
Excellent.
More audience members than we've ever had before. More people visiting Diamond for this first time than we've ever had
Nice.
before.
Awesome.
We heard amazing feedback. People that said, we didn't know this was available here. We didn't know that there were arts opportunities in the Panhandle. We had people coming from downstate that said, we didn't know any of this was here. We said, well, I know. That's why we're trying to make it a possibility. They said, well, they have things like this in Oklahoma City, but they have hundreds of people apply to them. They have things like this in Wichita, and they have, huge waiting lists. And we actually had a waiting list for our camp this year, just because of how many people we had enrolled. However, we got all of the people in our waiting list. We had 2 people that had to drop out they had people moving and things like that, and it was right around the time of storms in Texas, and so we had 2 people that couldn't come because of that. So we were able to get everybody in our waiting list that could come a spot in the camp. So that was really exciting.
Awesome. I will say I had the opportunity to feed your campers for one of your camps, and your kids were very cordial and had great manners and sang to my children and our family that helped work that event. And it's very nice to see a group of kids not on their cell phones that can learn to play in 7 days and perform it. I think that was a really great learning opportunity, something that is very unique to our area. What year are you guys on now?
Oh, for the whole camp or?
Just receiving funding from the city of Guyman.
This was our 3rd year for the city grant.
Awesome. You guys kind of have a system down of what you guys need, figured it out?
We have it more under control. We have it more
Yeah.
scheduled out.
I know that our funds are accumulated from the hotel motel tax, and I saw you guys did book an ample amount of hotel rooms. I'm sure some parents also stayed here too.
They did, yeah. We get them all booked at the same time, and we already have them booked for next summer.
Awesome. Way to be ahead of the game. I'm very excited to hear that. Does any city staff have any comments about how they could do this easier, or if you guys had any hiccups or anything? Or everything go pretty smooth? Okay. I'm going to take that as it went pretty smooth. I am the president, so I just have to sit here and keep talking until someone else makes a motion.
I'll make a motion that we pay the 7 Days of Broadway. Okay.
Or I think it's just a motion to approve the final report.
Okay, to put, that's the motion.
Yes.
Well, I'll leave that to council.
All right, we have a motion from Ronnie to
Second.
approve. We have Anahi seconding.
Okay. Wilson?
Aye.
Redcorn?
Aye.
Gutierrez? Aye. Carrasco?
Aye.
And Stover?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed.
All right, you're on to city council. Be sure you make it to that meeting, and best of luck, and I appreciate all your services you do.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, we're trucking along here. Item number 6, discussion and possible recommendation to approve funding up to $2,500 for the pumpkin patch hosted by Lambasai / Artist Incubation. We have anybody in the crowd? Hello, Marcia. Come on up.
Hello, ladies.
Hi. Hello.
Gentlemen. Thanks for all you young people stepping up and volunteering.
All right.
I've done this in a long time.
We're happy you're here. How long has the pumpkin patch been going on for? A lot of years?
Oh, man, I didn't read those notes. So let me say this. You know it's been going on for a while, but here's the thing. The sorority is, they're kind of working in a partnership with us this year to maybe take it over for Artist Incubation. Because it's kind of a natural, so it's kind of a partnership this year because their members are just kind of retiring from doing this, if that makes sense. And it's a great event, but if you read our information in the packet, it hasn't had a real shot in the arm as far as marketing in a while. And you guys know we have new people around our area right now that don't know the value of coming to the pumpkin patch and coming to Gavin and what have you. So if you read that in the packet, I don't want to be redundant here, because you have a long meeting. But, and this is Brenda Neville, she's one of our board members, she's going to help me work this, can we say something about it? It's kind of a natural fit for us to work with them and to kind of partner with them because of the artists that are involved. So we're looking forward to even a better pumpkin patch. Maybe some more attendees from the area it'll perk their ears and eyes when they read and hear and see why they should come to Guyman for an event like this for the weekend.
Do you guys already have vendors signed up?
Yes. we have
Awesome.
Pretty good fill of booths so far. There's some deadlines approaching. I don't have everything, I'm going to say this, but I won't say a lot. The Test family is dealing with some medical family issues. She would have been here anyway. I can't answer all of her questions. They will be involved, but you know what's going on there, some of you do. So they can answer some of the historical questions. But this is a great show, a great event. It does rent rooms, and we have some rooms blocked. But again, it hasn't been marketed in quite a while. So there's new people around the area that don't know what a pumpkin patch is. So
Isn't this always the second weekend of October?
So it's the first weekend in November.
First weekend in November,
So it'll be
okay.
November 1st and 2nd.
Okay.
Yes.
For some reason, I got
And again, it just works well with the artists that we work with over at the gallery.
Awesome.
And we're going to help them set up and everything this year and learn how all of that works.
I love the pumpkin patch. I remember it whenever I didn't even live here and we would come up here, me, my mom, my aunt, my cousin, we would all come for the pumpkin patch
And you know, if you get approved by our board today, you still have to go to city council and then spend the money and then come back to us for a final report and then submit your receipts and then get approved final report from city council as well. So it's a 4-tap situation. It's not an easy funding source. Yeah, it really, really is where it's at. I just like to let people be aware of that. I'm on the last page of our funding because we have three people, 3 agenda items here. On this first one is $2,500. Is Sheila, are you here?
Yes.
Hi, Sheila. Sheila, where are we at, if you can tell us where we're at for our 2025 funding?
I don't know, I don't have that, that would be a Rhonda.
A Rhonda question?
A Mike or.
Oh, Mike's, yeah.
Oh, there's Mike.
Oh,
Hi, Mike.
right. He's tucked on back there, okay.
I didn't see him. Okay, let's look at it and see.
You're our first Annie up, so if it was the other two, we'd have this awkward pause too while we look at our funding. We have $12,000 set for our community events and $25,000 set for our big grants. Is this a dead set? I guess I'm asking Mike. Mike, is this a dead set agenda item, or I mean not agenda item, a dead set budget, or can we make adjustments to this budget?
Well, as, I love budgets. I really do. A budget based on municipality is just a god.
Okay.
Especially with you as a It's good to go over budget. Most people might disagree. When this committee starts going over budget, we can do it.
Okay. I would just hate for her to approve anyone here today and then city council say it's not in your budget and then veto them down.
What about this one? That's what our,
So our convention assistance at $90,000, this would probably fall underneath that along with the
Yeah.
item, next
Okay,
two
that's
items.
what I was thinking,
Okay,
because we've got a budget of the 90,000, and then we've got a balance at the 7,000.
okay. Awesome. Awesome.
I vote to approve funding for the $2,500 for the pumpkin patch.
All right, we have Stover as a motion to approve the funding. Do we have a second? This is what Stover's looking at. We still have that after all that's been spent out.
I'll second.
All right, Gutierrez seconds. Roll on over to Miss Ursula.
Wilson,
Nay.
Redcorn,
Aye.
Gutierrez,
Aye.
Carrasco, and Carrasco.
Nay.
Okay, and Stover.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. And as Shelby stated, this will be on the council agenda, which is the second Tuesday in October. I don't have that date right offhand, but the second Tuesday in
You'll probably get me an email,
October.
right?
Yes, yeah, I'll send
Thank
you a reminder.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Don't forget to show up for the city council meeting. They're the ones with the final hammer, the gavel on it. All right.
Thank you, guys.
And make sure you guys get the logo for Convention and Tourism and you guys have it on there along with the city logo. Okay. All right, thank you ladies, appreciate it. All right, item number 7, discussion or possible recommendation to approve funding for up to $30,000 to Chamber of Commerce for Home for the Holidays Christmas opening night.
Hey, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Hughes. We kind of have you up here for item 7 and 8, so I guess you'll be buckled up here for a second.
Sure.
Everybody here aware of Home for the Holidays, Lights at the Park? Everybody? No, nobody. Okay, start from the top.
I am.
Oh.
I mean, I know what it is, of course, like,
Well, this is a big year for us. It's our 5th year anniversary doing this.
oh my gosh.
And it appears to grow every year. We're pretty excited about it. I think we had close to over 25,000 visitors the month of December last year. Close to 4,000 people opening night. So we're becoming a big deal.
Yeah.
And we rely heavily on private sponsors with businesses and individuals to be able to bring this thing alive. But I am before you again to ask for money. It's like the only time I see you all is when I ask for money. But the 30,000 that we are asking for, the majority of that will go on lighting supplies, because we do like to grow every year. And it's kind of an expectation anymore when people come out, what's going to be new this year. So the majority of those funds will go toward lighting supplies and bringing new features to the displays that we already have. And we want to get our advertisement out there a little bit more than what we have been in the past. Reached out to Oklahoma magazines to feature us in some of the magazines that are mailed out and electronically distributed throughout the state to get on that map of places to go for the holidays in Oklahoma. So yeah, that's why I'm here. And if you have any questions, more than happy to answer. If
I also know that I also serve on the board as well. We don't make any money off of it. Ronnie's on the board. Pretty much everybody that is involved in it, along with the city, we're very thankful for their continued support. I know last year we were hoping to become an agenda item, not an agenda item, a budget item for the city. A line item, pardon me, a line item. And we didn't make it this year, so that's why we came back and asked for this funding again. And maybe we'll be able to be a line item. We are also adding more things to the park, as much as our infrastructure will allow. I know that a lot of city staff has been working on a park master plan, so we've just been kind of revamping what we can do with the resources that we currently have. This is a very big undertaking, and if we didn't have the city's support, the tribe's support, Sims Electric, and everybody that works all year long to work on this event, God bless Erica Maddox. Don't know where she's at today, but she's a saint. She keeps us in line. I think that this really does bring the holiday spirit out, and it is a placemaking for our community to really celebrate each other. And I know a lot of people that drive to town, or grandparents get visited here and they take their kids down to the park. And it's a really big thing that we've all worked on together as a community to have. I'm very proud of it.
And so let's talk about the line item, because I was a little shocked to see that this was in our agenda, because I thought it did become a line item. So how does that work?
I don't know. I think we'd have to ask Mr. Shannon.
Did I get that confused? Very possible.
Once again, we love budgets.
I thought that from last year, the Home for the Holidays, we
I think
needed.
there was probably some confusion on the number of years or something like that, but
Okay.
going into 2026, so versus.
2026, so it'd be
Okay.
okay for us to move forward on this agenda item.
While I'm up here, the same question that you just brought up prior to, after we throw up the budget, which
Yeah.
we'll have to do some budget. I'd recommend.
Okay, so then it hasn't been in our line item. It's going to come out of our other budgeting
It's in the
assistance.
city budget.
Okay. I don't know where I got that it was already a line item.
I think we worked
I
for
made
it
that
last
up.
year.
There's nothing said about it in budget variance for 2020.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's what we're still at.
Gotcha. Okay.
6 should be different.
Third, so-
Okay.
And to its fourth consecutive years, if, in the 4 consecutive years?
3.
3? Okay.
Awesome.
Then it has the potential to be,
Okay.
this is big.
Okay, that,
I rest assured there'll be a budget line item.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
I, again, as the chairwoman.
Then I would, go ahead.
Cannot motion anything, but.
That's what I was
sit
gonna
here
do.
quietly.
I make a motion that we approve the funding of $30,000 for the Chamber of Commerce Home for the Holidays Christmas Open Night.
I'll second it.
Ooh, you guys have to fight over it.
go ahead.
Carrasco.
Wilson,
Aye.
Redcorn,
Aye.
Gutierrez,
Aye.
Carrasco,
Aye.
and Stover.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed.
Awesome. Congratulations, Home for the Holidays. Pat on the back. We have a lot of work to do. Stay up here, Otis. Your item number 8, discussion and possible recommendation to approve funding up to $15,000 for Chamber of Commerce Home for the Holidays New Year's Eve celebration.
Yes, this is new for us. We do on December 1st, we have a huge deal at the park. And we want to close it out kind of in the same fashion. So we're thinking New Year's Eve, fireworks over the lake, along with the lights. And if we can get the interest, or at least half the interest that we draw on December 1st on opening night, the New Year's Eve celebration on the 31st would be wonderful.
Awesome. I think we've also been talking to our Guyman Fire Department that would help us light them babies up. So that is a great partnership to also have within the city. And especially over the lake, it'd be really cool. Just kind of carrying on that spirit to bring people back to Guyman again within, 30 days of this very nice event.
Are y'all planning on doing like events and stuff like that?
We are promoting people, churches, groups, schools to have their own events at the park throughout the month.
So to like have families,
And I just say that because it makes it hard, like, you know, when you have kids and stuff like that, especially like on New Year's, like.
New Year's at
New
midnight
Year's
is a
night,
little
yeah.
late, but we also have a lot of photo ops that I know Shay is our curator for the photo ops, and we think it's very important for families to have that Christmas photo op free throughout the whole month. So you can come to the park and take those family photos on your phone and cherish those memories.
We're meeting next week, actually, and one of the focuses this year is, we know we do it big on December 1st, fill in those spots in between all the month. So when people are coming out to ride the train, if there's something actually to do out there other than stand in line wait for the train.
Yeah.
So we are encouraging other organizations to come out and utilize what they have already. So yeah, we're hoping we can fill that entire month. That was something at least on the weekend.
Well, that sounds fun. I mean, I do like home for the holidays, don't get me wrong. Me and the girls love going out there and taking pictures and stuff, so it's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and there's so many people waiting for those train rides here in the week.
Yeah.
And they just stand there, and we're like,
Yeah.
we need to offer something other than just stand there.
So Otis, on the New Year's Eve celebration, is there going to be things to bring people to the park, or just come down to see the fireworks?
Come out to see the lights, and I think in our meeting next week, we'll discuss if, I know that there's a food truck thing going on right now, but of course promoting food trucks, but also other vendors come out. We, just like on opening night, we have free vendor spots for people. I don't see why we wouldn't also promote that on the
Okay.
New Year's Eve.
Maybe some live music.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, are you guys gonna have like different stuff, or is it just gonna be like come out and see the fireworks and then that's it? Everybody go home.
I would
'Cause-
love to have music, and I mean, really, the sky's the limit. We'd love to have you come and visit with the board and bring your ideas. Not that you probably need to get on another volunteer board, but
I know.
just in
I was
case
like,
if you want to.
You can hang out while-
I was like, I'll just go and I'll enjoy the park. How about
I
that?
really like the fact
Sorry,
that you
guys.
guys are piggybacking off of what you've already built.
Right.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so that's always positive. We're
No.
utilizing what we've already built and then, you know, building onto it, because it takes a lot of funding to do one, instead of us doing it at a whole nother time, having to have whole separate funding, we're just piggybacking off of it. What is our line item for our fireworks that we already paid for in July, so I can gauge a kind of amount or what we're thinking?
25,000. And I think that's about a 20 or 25 minute show, if
Yeah.
Mr. Lathrop told us right at our last meeting. And so we just kind of gauged we didn't need a show that long, but it'd still be kind of nice to have that for our.
They're as good,
Yeah,
basically, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that is a Wednesday night, I believe.
Yep,
So one of those, hey, man,
yeah.
everybody go back.
Kind of still brings people out to the park, and like we said, hopefully having other vendors there, music and things like that. Just something for a family to
For
do to want to
families.
stay home for the holidays.
Yep,
Yep, I like it.
yeah, I do too.
Have you guys already started planning for that? Like,
Oh, baby,
setting
we've
up
been
the
planning on
vendors?
this since January 1st, 2025.
Yeah, we usually start pretty early, but closer, like
Well-
now, right now.
But for the New Year's Eve, sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it all like Carrie said, we piggyback off of it, so it correlates all together.
Okay.
And this will be our first year doing a different group. And so there's probably gonna be adjustments, you know, after this year, like what we can do better, what we don't need to do, so.
I vote to approve the funding for $15,000 for the New Year's Eve celebration for Home for the Holidays.
I have a motion from Stover. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Wilson seconds.
Okay, Wilson,
Aye.
Redcorn,
Aye.
Gutierrez,
Hi.
Carrasco,
Aye.
and Stover.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Excellent. Thank you, Otis. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please make sure you make it to the city council meeting.
That'll be cool. I'm excited about that.
Me
Yeah, it'll be a
too.
fun party.
Yeah.
Right around.
All right, baby. All right, item number 9, discussion and possible recommendation to approve increasing the big grant in amount from $5,000 to $10,000. That's something that I think the city employees, along with us as the board, have really pushed for. I know that Main Street Guyman is hosting a grant workshop class. Is that next Tuesday? I go around and I do talk to a lot of businesses about it, and a lot of the feedback of the businesses is $5,000 is great pre-COVID, but post-COVID and cost of everything going up, it would be nice to have a little bit more skin in the game when applying for that grant. I really do think that at $10,000, which essentially for the big grant, they would have to spend $20,000 from inside to outside, split between those two, and then they would be reimbursed up to $10,000. I know Stad, Fish and Hitch are a couple of the recipients that we've had in the past that we'd be eager to go back to if we could increase this for them. I highly recommend that we do, even though, again, I am a chairwoman and I cannot motion it. I do think that it is a great thing to do. As Mr. Shannon said, going over budget with that would be great. As of right now, we don't have anybody that's applied for it. So we're really hoping to get some people out of the Main Street workshop next Tuesday.
We have some new businesses that are planning to be there. And
Awesome.
I've already told Annette to be prepared. She will have some guests, so I'm
Awesome.
excited about it. And I would make a motion that we increase that funding.
I have a motion.
I'll second it.
Carrasco seconds.
Wilson,
Aye.
Redcorn,
Aye.
Gutierrez.
Aye.
Carrasco,
Aye.
Stover. Motion passed.
I love everyone here. Thank you for all your volunteer work and hard work. All right, item number 10, board and staff comments. Brief discussion on the following main points. Main Street Design Committee presentation. All right, Ernie boy, come on up here. It's your time to shine.
I'm really prepared for this. I'm Ernie Garcia, Vice Chair of the Design Board. We just want to start some discussion on the programs at Main Street. That's Oklahoma Certified Main Street Incentive Program. We are a fully designated Main Street here in Diamond, and so we qualify for $150,000 for the program to help beautify Main Street, make improvements, see if we're lacking. Ronnie, do you all have this?
Yes, I passed it out.
I'll just read off of this memo. Main Street Diamond is seeking matching grant funds for a September 26th incentive application with the State Department of Commerce. Design committee suggests the following improvements for the 26th year. These are just some ideas that we threw around that we could work on with you guys. The first one is anywhere from $100,000 to $300,000. When you go down Main Street, there's no ADA parking. There's a lot we could do with sidewalks, designated parking, just make it safer, more inviting for people with disabilities. That focus would be between Highway 54 and Club Street. Number 3 is a wayfinding signage for the downtown district. Third one is the Harmon Park, bring it back to life. It's just there. A lot of people don't even know it's there. There's a lot of options there, pocket park, facelift, there's a number of things we can do. The fourth one is $2,000 for the masterpiece area. It's there again, it's just sort of just there. There's a lot we can do there to make it more inviting, give it a little more participation. All four suggested projects would enhance the downtown Diamond Historic District. The board is interested in partnering with us. We just need to know where do we go next. And I know you are coming up on budgeting for next year, that sort of thing. I guess we're just asking for your to partner with us and see if we can come up with some money to budget for next year to help match Main Street, Oklahoma.
Now, this would be budgeting of $150,000 from the city, and the state would match up to $150,000, so it'd be $300,000, correct?
If we spend that much.
If we spend that
Up
much.
to, depending on
Okay.
how much your project is. So what this was, so Ernie's kind of filling in for Kim, who got called off today for work, but it's a really small window. They give you September 1st to September 30th to apply. That's it. And when you apply, you have to have the money approved and in the bank and ready to go, and it's matching from the state. So, the requirements for this money is it must be in the Main Street District, and it has to be city-owned property. And it's an improvement grant. And so it's not really even a grant, it's just incentive money. So the state says we're going to give Main Street Department of Commerce, this much money for Main Street. And Main Streets can, depending on your level, are allowed so much money. And then they'll pay up to part, so like if the city has a project they want to do, and it might be something different than our suggestions, part of that could be paid for by the Department of Commerce. And then you just have to get someone willing to dog-ear their employee tax to pay the state back. So it doesn't cost the city of Guyman any money, it doesn't cost Main Street any money, because your businesses are already paying employee tax. And that's where that incentive money gets paid back to the state. They just kind of like reimburse the state for that money. And so the design committee said, okay, well, let's take a look at some things in our district that we feel like could make where we can make an improvement in. When they talked about Harmon Park, we talked about there's a splash pad there that we don't use because of the water shortage, but the water lines are there. So what if we fence in the little area in the back and make it dog friendly and put a water station for pets? Maybe, maybe add a couple more benches and some shade. Same thing we were talking about at Make a Masterpiece. I don't know how many of you have kids or grandkids that have gone there. It's 100% sun all day long. It is really stinking hot over there, but that thing is amazing. So if there was a little bit of like a canopy or some shade where kids could paint and then have fun, and maybe mom or grandma could sit on a bench and watch their kids paint, just get a little more friendly where people want to go and spend some time down there. And so those are some things we were looking at. The main thing is if we can get money from convention tourism to fix these things up, the wayfinding signs to tell people, welcome to the Main Street District. Here's the district. Here's what you have. Here's the shopping and dining in the district. That those would be things that if we could get help to pay for those. But if convention tourism could dog-ear some money to help pay for that, they wouldn't have to pull it out of the regular city budget. And that way the city's still getting some benefits from the state without interfering with the budget they already have in place. So it's kind of
So is this just for the actual structure, or who's paying the labor and on getting this done?
Well, it would all fall under that money.
It would be one package.
Yeah,
They would have quotes and then they would submit the quotes.
correct.
We've got to September 1st next year to get.
It just has-
the program
right.
together, but we can't move forward unless we know we've got some matching funds committed.
So it would need to be a budgeted item for 2026, so then they can come forward and say, okay, this is our plan, this is the amount of money we want to use. We need to know that the city can match the state. And I will say that I did ask Commerce if they were going to do this program again and again, and they said that they definitely plan on doing it for the next 5 years minimum.
We can always come back in 27 and do another project.
Yeah, I would
Exactly.
also love to see,
We will.
yeah, I would love to see, do you guys remember the speakers on downtown?
Yeah, that was
All the
something else we
music
talked about.
and all that.
That
I
was
think that's
nice,
really
yeah.
unifying. It's also probably a safety feature to have for the city of Main Street, so if something were to go wrong, they could.
Right, that was something else that we had discussed also
And
was
so we're
sound.
using city employees.
No,
No.
no,
Okay,
city CT money. And then they would have the project, they would run the project, and then the city would be matching with the state to pay for the project out of the
So
CT
then who is
funds.
doing the work?
Whoever
They would
you
have to
hire.
hire. They would have to
Yes,
get quotes and hire it
We're
out.
asking for project money, and once we know.
And they'll do the
about money
project.
to work with them, we would be getting design work, we'd be getting contractors, we'd get bids, all that. It'd just be a turnkey project.
Okay, so we're not relying on city personnel or
No.
time
No.
to do
No.
the
No.
project?
No,
City approval,
right.
but
Okay.
Labor and all that would be paid for in this money that's being spent.
From here, okay.
Yes, from the state and the funding.
We would try and use other contractors.
Right, of
Yeah.
course, of course.
Yeah.
And this is just a discussion item,
Right,
so
just-
maybe we can have it for budgeting for 2026.
Right.
Which I guess Ursula, we would just make a note that we would be interested in this, so whenever our budgeting does come up, we can already have it on there and kind of have an idea of what we'd want to set aside.
And Carrie, I have samples from other Main Street districts
Yeah.
of what they did with their projects and money. And I had talked to Mike a little bit already about this ahead of time of, he had sent me a deal last year when he saw the money that came out. If there's something else that the city says, well, we really need to do this, but it's gonna cost us $60,000 for the city to do this.
Right.
Well, if we could get 30,000 of it paid for by the state of Oklahoma, then even though we kind of like the park idea, this might be better for the city, so.
Well, and I like that it's a matching grant. That's definitely advantageous for us.
I will be going to Perry here in a couple of weeks. They have done this program. I'm also going to go
nice.
to Ponca City and see what they did. And so I could give more of a visual report on things that we might do.
And we can get this for the next 5 years, is that what you said?
Oh, they're going to keep, as long as people spend the money, the state said they'll keep putting it back into
Yes,
commerce.
but they gotta have people applying for the funds for them to keep allocating, budgeting that money to be allocated and set aside.
Okay.
And they have a timeline, like you have to have the money in by this time, you have to have so much of it done by this time to meet those requirements, but.
Awesome. I mean, we're not here to make any motion.
No,
We're
no,
just
we
here to
just wanna-
discuss it.
Just want to get the
Yeah.
subject on the table.
Yeah. I appreciate you presenting this today for us, Ernie. We'll let Kim know you did a really good job. Gold star. Thank you, Ernie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 10111, discussion on items from the Northwest Oklahoma Regional Development Department of Commerce. Good afternoon. I don't know if you guys all know this. I now work for the state of Oklahoma, along with selling real estate still. I am your regional development specialist for the Northwest region. I recently started this position back in June. I was very eager to take it on, and it's been very eye-opening to see how other communities are working with the state of Oklahoma Commerce. Among a lot of things, for example, this placemaking project with Main Street Guyman is through Oklahoma Commerce. They were excited to hear that there's a convention and tourism board for the city of Guyman, and I say a lot of proud things that we are having going on here. A few things that I want to discuss was the firm qualifications of the sports facility companies. It's this huge packet that I'd love for you guys to take with you and look through them. I met with them at SEDC. I know a few staff in the audience went to SEDC. It's a very informational event. These people caught my eye just because I know we have a very successful Nash soccer complex. I believe that they are doing a quote. Sheila, is that correct? The information's for a quote for, I think, just the parking lot? For a bid for the parking lot of this. I think this would kind of go hand in hand with item 10.2, the discussion on the Texas County Fairgrounds. I would love to see us still working on that partnership with the county, if it can be there, of really redoing that facility. And I personally believe that it should go back to the city of Guyman, since we do have a good history of managing facilities such as the Nash Soccer Complex, the rodeo grounds, the parks, things like that. I just think that it's something that needs to be constantly mentioned. For example, on Monday, I went to the county commissioner meeting in Woodward, Oklahoma, and their county commissioners are trying to earmark funds for the city of Woodward Economic Entertainment District. So that really sparked some interest in me of seeing that partnership between the city and the county. It's going to go up for a vote for the people. It'll be interesting to see if they can get those allocated earmarked tax dollars and how they're going to plan on moving forward with that. I don't know if anybody for the city has talked to anybody at the county, but the county for Texas County is vastly overwhelmed with their current hospital issues and their road issues, and I don't really see them highlighting a lot of issues with the fairgrounds. I would love to see some sort of partnership of the city maybe taking back over the fairgrounds and working to get those remodeled and up to a better functioning capacity. And I would like to think that convention tourism hotel motel tax would only be increased by more programs and events happening at the activity center if it were to be revamped. I'm eager to see what the sports facility company's bid comes in at for the Nash Soccer Complex. These are just a couple of their examples of what they've already done across the United States. The closest one that they have to us is in Edmond, which I like to call Guyman East. That's where everybody moves to. And they have a really cool water park there. And not only does the sports facility companies help you guys get something built, but they're there for the duration of your facility and then also for next stage of phases, which I find very appealing, especially as leadership changes throughout the years. It's something that I think would be a placemaking stakeholder that would hold accountability and make sure things keep going even after change of leadership. Anybody have any questions about that long-winded paragraph I just whisked out? No? Okay.
How do we keep on the discussion, or where do we move forward with the county fairgrounds?
I don't know, what would be a good next step of saying, hey, this is a big plan that we have. I have been looking at P3, public-private partnership for quality of life through maybe Seaboard wanting to come in and help us, because initially obtaining the fairgrounds is one thing, but that initial remodel is going to cost a lot of money. I don't know if that's us forming a subcommittee or a board within here saying we want to reach out to maybe the tribe, Seaboard, Tri-County, and see if they would all want to do a big rebrand of maybe if, for example, the tribe would want to redo the activity center, and they could, help us get that funding of what we would need to remodel it. And then the city can come in and say, we're going to help maintain it and maintenance it and run it. PTCI might want to redo the communications building. I know that it's 50 acres, only 22 of it is where the current buildings and facilities sit at, so we would have an additional 20-something acres to work with if we wanted to ever expand. I would love to see us, group it in with the fairgrounds, the golf course, the park, the Elks Lodge, and really redo that whole area, or have a big plan of how we're going to make that our quality of life for all of our community residents. I know a lot of Guyman people that have lived here for over the years remember the days of having concerts, boxing matches. Mr. Shannon mentioned to me oil field days, I think is what it was called. Mm-hmm. So they'd have big expos of a big event of people coming in and playing golf and also having meetings at the activity center. I think that'd be a great way to not only redo the fairgrounds, but also help get money for the parks and the golf course and the Elks, of what we could have that would really bring convention and tourism to our area and add a quality of life for all of our residents. What would be the next step? Anybody here that might know what the next step would be? What would we need to do? Mr. Shannon, is that what we would want to do, or just keep the discussion going?
Sure, not comment at this time. I love your idea. Something needs to happen out there. The city at this point has a lot of other issues that we're dealing with right now. I'm like you, informed that it needs to be pursued. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. The ADA was established in
I'll make a comment though, the city by statute, the city can't participate in it.
Okay, so next step would be talking to county commissioners.
That's the Oklahoma State statute, kind of thing. We just cannot do it. We just can't do it. Completely, all of it reversed back over to the city.
Being on the Fair Board, I think that any of you who want to see change need to start going to Fair Board meetings and asking questions. I've been to many Fair Board meetings and there's nobody in the public really there. You want to hear hearsay, or you want to hear secondhand. If you want to know firsthand, then you got to get maybe a committee together to kind of start going to meetings and even helping out. Like asking them or helping them find grants, anything for the Fair Board or the county to be able to do to be able to redo that facility would be a great idea.
I would have a hard time wanting to support the county or Fair Board, and I know that you're on it, in getting grant funding, because if they can't run it correctly now over the past 4 or 5 decades, what's going to say that they're going to get that money and run it correctly then?
I might say something towards that. Their whole budget out there, correct me wrong, like I've paid for the meetings, I've paid for it.
Wow.
And I fell out of the chair, I thought it was 45,000.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much money out there, it's just
I mean-
basically the money that they get for renting the facility. And whenever you take away the opportunity to rent the facility because it's not ADA compliant, then that fair board becomes, there's nothing. I mean, and being on the fair board, I do realize that, that a lot of things need to change out there. But saying that you don't want to support a committee or go out there and help them get a grant doesn't mean that that fair board cannot change. And that's exactly what you're saying, is that that committee can't change and get somebody better people on the committee. And that's what we need, is we need more people proactive that want to go out there and be on that committee. Because that's where it's at right now, is we have that committee, and for us to be able to change things, you're going to have to go through that committee, just like Mr. Shannon said. Like, you can't just go out there and take that away from them and let it become a city.
I mean, for example, I took Ronnie Naz that does a lot of soccer tournaments out there, and he tried to rent the facility, and he said that from Jared, I don't know his last name, the current manager, said that he would have to wait for a fair board meeting to even ask to rent the facility, and you guys haven't had a meeting in X amount of months.
I am absolutely not saying there's not issues. There is
Yeah.
definitely issues, but I'm one person. That's what I'm trying to say, is one person is hard to be on that committee and change things whenever it's
Yeah.
such a thing, years and years of it being the same thing.
Yeah.
So what I'm asking for is if you want to talk about it, then you should go to the meetings or ask other people to start going to the meetings. Just like this tourism board wouldn't happen if you didn't have good people on the tourism board and asking people to actually serve. That's the problem with that fair board, is there's not a lot of people on that fair board. Some of them don't show up, some of them are there for their own personal agenda. Totally get that. But if you want things to change, you and I both know you have to show up and do it. And that's the problem with this town, is getting people to actually show up and saying, I'm here to help. In any way, fashion it is. Even if it becomes something that the city ends up taking over, I'm here to help. So talking about the fair board and wanting it to change and not showing up is
When's your next meeting?
October 1st.
Excellent. I'll try to be there.
You can just,
And are they at the fairgrounds?
they're at the fairgrounds.
You guys do Open Meetings Act or Robert Rule of Orders? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, I'd like to keep the discussion on the agenda just so we can keep bringing it up and it stays relevant.
How often do you guys meet? Do you guys have a set, like, every second Tuesday of the month, or?
Yeah, every month, is it a Tuesday or Thursday? I can't remember. But it's October 1st is our next meeting. So whatever day that is, first of every month.
Do you guys send out a notice if the quorum will not be met?
It's first Wednesday. It looks like.
First Wednesday of the month?
6 p.m.?
I think it's at 7.
All right, guys. I think we have CT Finance. Oh, any other comments on that?
No, I was just gonna make a comment. I think that this sports facility.
Oh, hi, Mike. Sorry.
Sports facility is a really good idea. My sister used to do travel ball, basketball, softball, all that. And there was weekends we'd go to Dodge City. They have last time I went, it was a really good softball complex, and it was a 3-day weekend for us. We were staying there 3 nights, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's not that big of like a shopping center that they have, but more shopping than we do here. So we were taking advantage of that. So we were spending some good money towards Dodge City whenever we'd go for those softball tournaments.
That's
So
funny that you mentioned that, because I played fast pitch travel ball, and we stayed in Dodge City so much all the time. They had those big nice facilities.
Yes.
We were in Dodge all the time.
Yep.
Well,
So-
I'll definitely be going to your meeting, and I mean, I don't know about helping with grants because I don't know about that stuff, but
Yeah, I mean, but just showing up and asking questions and saying that you want, change, and you as a citizen, and bringing other people that say we would like change, what can we do to help?
well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, you could definitely count on me being there because I think you're right. Like, I will agree with you. Like, if we want to see change, we have to get involved, and even if it's, I don't know, going to do whatever you guys need. Like, we do have to
They're
be
long
there.
meetings.
Because
Buckle
I'm here
up.
asking, and I'm one person, and actually saying, we would love to see this change, how can we as a community help you all change this? You need to go to your county commissioners and saying, how can we get this to change? And I get that they have a lot on their plates, and maybe, that would be a discussion for them to say, can the city take it back over? That, that could be a discussion, and keep the fair board, let the fair board still be a fair board to the fair, but then having the city take it over. I'm up for anything, because it needs to become ADA, compliant with everything.
Yeah. The ADA was formed in 1979. So every time I have in the past brought up to the fair board over the years, let's fix this or let's fix this, they say, oh, we can't because it'll cost too much to become compliant. And I'm like, you've had since the 80s, 40 years.
I mean, there's, like Mr. Shannon said, there's no money out there for that.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, whenever you're talking about the county trying to run a hospital and put money into roads and everything else, and this county not having the money, then standing up and saying, we want to help, and how can we help, that's awesome. That's what we need to do.
Well,
And
thank
that's the
you.
reason I serve on a board too, is I would love to see change out there.
Well, thank you.
I just want to add something to what Shay was talking about. I did go out there and try to get educated, and I did get educated. And you're right, our study is 45 to 70,000. I mean, you can't even hire personnel to
No.
take care of the place with that. But I'm going to go back about 25, 30 years. And this has been a problem through the whole 77 counties state of Oklahoma. That your local fairs, your local county fairs are diminishing enough, they're going to be gone. And like it or not, that's all we do with our facility out there. I proposed back about 25, 26, 27 years ago through the Department of Tourism, and you've been a state employee right now, I want you to really think about what I'm fixing to say. The state legislature needs to invest in all 77 counties with just about their county fairs. I mean, I know this world has just gotten to where, the little county fair, you just do what you want to. Brings in a lot more than what you really think it does on the economic development, or just the economics of that county. 77, if all 77 counties would just get at least $20,000 to run their county fair, do the math for, I mean, good grief, that's no money at all compared
No.
to the billions the state of Oklahoma dishes out to everybody. So I think it's time to maybe push towards the legislature, some maybe Casey or Kent to introduce some legislation to help fund counties throughout the whole district, the whole state of Oklahoma. Just 77.
And that's just for the fair, not the fairgrounds.
No, well, and that'll take care of the whole thing. I mean,
Yeah.
just the fair.
Yeah.
But you look at what that county fair dropped off this year, I can almost guarantee you it's, probably the tax affected this town probably 30, 40, 50%. There was nobody out there this year. Nobody out there this year. So keep that in mind. I mean, you're in the state of Oklahoma now. I mean, you need to start pushing some of that. And you come in contact with legislatures just as much as I do. You need to keep that up on the forefront.
I agree. I will work on
And I
that.
would have to, I couldn't do that on behalf of the city of Galveston. We just like it started through statute. We can't do it. You just watched the city council meeting last Monday night. We can't even help the school with city
Right.
funds. I mean, I want to, but you can't.
Yeah.
But that's pretty crucial. So we've got enough, everybody in this room has contacts with other people in the state of Oklahoma. And you're right, volunteerism, being part of that group, you need to be there. You need to be there almost everywhere. I've missed the last 2 nights or 2 nights, I think, but I was in Oklahoma City doing other things that benefit the city and the county. So it's very important to be active, very active. But keep that in mind about that.
Thank you. I will.
Legislation that through the Department of Tourism, they give enough money to other entities that 150 to, say, $250,000 sure would help Texas County and the other 76 counties.
Thank you, Mr. Shannon.
Ursula, for our next agenda, are we going to keep the 10.11, 10.111, 10.2, and 10.3 on? So that we are going to have those on under the board and staff comments to continue discussing further?
Well, staff meets about a week before the meeting, we try to.
Okay.
And then to discuss and see what items are going to be
Yeah.
on the agenda.
I definitely plan on going to the next fair board meeting, so if we can, keep the discussion on the Texas County Fairgrounds. Hopefully we'll have an update from me and others that plan on going to that meeting, and we can start bridging that, whatever bridge that needs to be. I guess I can't say bridging with the city and county, but bridging that communication
I
line.
think all three of these points definitely need to be kept on here.
Okay, we can put that down and then discuss whenever we have our agenda meetings.
Okay, thank you.
All right. CT financials, which we had to pull that out whenever we were talking earlier. We didn't have any questions submitted to Rhonda, so she's not here. But Mr. Shannon answered our questions about going over budget, so it's a good thing and kind of helps show the city council that we are active and we are handing out money and we're promoting, not handing out money, we are promoting and strongly suggesting for events in Guyman. Yeah, handing out money to Ernie, sorry. Especially with our topics for the Main Street of wanting to get that budget set up. So, is there going to be an item, agenda item about discussion for the 2026 budget for our CT meeting with Rhonda? Like, will that be an item for us to talk about and suggest to send to city council? Sorry, Mr. Shannon, you just keep coming right on back up here.
He's getting his steps in.
The question was what?
For our 2026 budget, will we have a meeting or a line item
The
about
last
that?
2-3 years I've been here, we've invited convention tourism to come to our budget hearings. They start in October. Don't miss this.
Okay. Do you have will you guys send out an invite or
Just like last year.
just like last year? What's the date for this? October's coming up next month, so you guys already have that date?
It'll be all through the month of October. We've not, we're taking care of our department heads right now. They're already working on it.
Okay.
I would highly suggest that you, in open session.
Okay.
And start making some ideas, jot some stuff down. Rhonda will be getting in contact with you, and there'll be meetings here for the next
Excellent.
45 days.
Nice. Excellent. All right. Item number 11, adjourn.
Just a moment.
Sorry, Ursula.
That's okay. The only thing I have is the 16th will be the next meeting. And if everyone can please sign the sign-in sheet. I know we had a lot of visitors, so.
Awesome. Thank you, Ursula.
Thank you.
Item number 11, adjournment. Do we have to make a motion for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All right. We have a
Okay.
motion and a second?
Wilson?
Aye.
Redcorn?
Aye.
Gutierrez?
Aye.
Carrasco?
Aye.
And Stover.
Aye.
Okay, meeting is adjourned.
Yeah, it's very cool.
If it goes right here, hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. Right here. The concept of concrete is really what I like, is that even if leadership changes, if you persevere